Let's get right into your reading, Virgo. We have Three of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Wow. Right away, Virgo, this December, a lot of issues to do with money and friends, right? And almost feeling, I want to say, with that Eight of Swords, as though there's been a difficulty talking, there's been a difficulty with toxicity, there's been some discord, right? You have Three of Cups there. So there's a certain social circle, a lot of that you're involved with that is faring really large in your December sort of outlook, in your December environment. And this connection, this group of friends or this social group that you have is causing a lot of financial issues, right? And with that Eight of Swords is very much, it can be that you're beginning to realize that you're constricted by some of the people that you're dealing with. Let's get a little bit deeper. Eight of Swords is definitely feeling a little bit like, I want to say in this situation here, you're feeling like you're not having a choice in the matter. There is almost an aspect of bullying going on, an aspect of the way you communicate with a certain group of people in your life that's making you feel quite helpless. And it's as if you're not in charge of your own destiny in a way. And also with these financial, here we go with death. My goodness. Death has come out for almost every single reading I've done for December. And I'm on the 7th reading now. Death, big transformation again coming in. Big changes, strength, and the Knight of Wands. Yes, Virgo. There's been a certain group of people or certain sort of social scene that you've been involved with, a community, I want to say, what have you, right? Of individuals you've been involved with that I want to say to a certain degree have kept you feeling very stifled. Again, this feeling of bullying is coming in. And this has had a real negative effect on your financial affairs. Again, Four of Pentacles has shown up for a lot of readings for this December as well. A lot of people dealing with financial issues, surprisingly, right? Big shocker. I mean, this is something that we kind of already know is happening for a lot of people, but it's coming out definitely in the readings. And so in the middle of the month with this transformation that's coming in, this change, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Why is this change happening? But it's definitely something switches, right? This December, something switches and you begin to sort of tap into your true strength. You begin to stand up, I want to say, to some of these individuals or to this group that you're involved with. This is a heavy reading. This could be for somebody who's involved in a group that's almost even cultish, right? That's, it feels strong. The energy is strong. It's almost as if they're sapping your finances, right? And you're the one who's feeling very much like you're not in charge, you're not in control, you're not getting anything positive out of it. Your decisions are being stifled. Some of you, this could also be a family, right? You might be involved, you might be married into a family that's causing a lot of strife or is causing you to feel very sort of, again, bullied is the word that keeps coming to mind. Bullied, or making you feel as though you can't express yourself the way you want to, that you can't be honest. In the middle of the month, strength comes in, Knight of Wands. Somebody's going to come in with a lot of fire and honesty for you that's going to be able to show you your strength, that's going to help you begin to tap back into your strength and realize that nobody can stifle you. Nobody can, you can only be bullied if you're allowed to be bullied. You're definitely, it's almost as if you've been withering and in the middle of the month, you kind of blossom again and you come out very strong. Hierophant, okay. We got issues with religion, Four of Cups, Five of Cups. All right. Feeling strongly like this may even be a situation where you've been bullied into marrying a particular person, right? Being involved with a particular person. And this is a very specific reading, Virgo. This may be a Virgo who's dealing with religious issues, cultural issues. You may be in something like an arranged marriage. You know what I'm saying? And you're unhappy about it. You're really, really unhappy about it. And towards this middle of the month comes in with this big shift for you. This person comes in and shows you that you can be free. You don't have to do this. You don't have to sort of toe the line, and you say no to this cup of love. You end up towards the end of the month saying, no, I'm going to do what I need to do for me. I'm not just going to go ahead and follow what everybody else is telling me to do, be bullied into marrying someone I don't want to marry. There's definitely love involved here. We have 4 of Cups and 5 of Cups. There's definitely love here that you're going to be saying no to, saying, I've decided I don't want your cup of love. And then sadness, 5 of Cups is there. There's sadness, there's regret. There is definitely hurt and pain that's going to be coming forward. Hierophant is there. The Hierophant represents, our dogma, our doctrine, how we're raised, our beliefs, our spiritual beliefs, our moral beliefs. And sometimes it can also represent restriction in this area when these belief systems are too restricted, right? They can sometimes be too restricted. All depends on the energy of the card and the spread. But here, to me, it feels like this is exactly what you're kind of fighting against, right? This group of individuals that have been in your life that are starting off at the beginning of the month, this influence is heavy. And it may even be money associated with this union that you're eventually going to say no to. There may be money associated. It may not be that being connected with them is pulling your money back. It may be that being connected with them pulls you out of a sort of poverty, pulls you out of a life that, your financial stability isn't very strong, right? But you're being bullied and you have to put up with a lot of sort of like being stifled and feeling very victimized and feeling like you're not in control of your life at all. And that all changes. Sometimes if it brings you money, the fear that you may not be able to take care of yourself, that this is the only way you're going to be able to have financial security, maybe one of the things that has allowed these individuals to bully you. But like I said, during the middle of the month, that changes. And you say no. Okay, 4 of Cups, you say no. This is your strong reading for finding your center, finding your strength. Again, somebody strong comes into you, somebody with a lot of charisma, a lot of fire, somebody who kind of taps into you, Virgo, and says, hey, you are resilient, you are creative, you are strong, you don't have to put up with this. And this huge change comes in. I feel like this 5 of Cups, this regret and sadness is here because some of you may be having to turn your back on your family or even your upbringing to find the independence and freedom that you want. And so there's sadness there, of course. When we turn away from our culture or our religious upbringing because we find that it's been too stifling, or we turn away from a group of individuals that up until now we have considered to be family or considered to be our tribe, but we realize they aren't good for us, there is a period of, I want to say, mourning. Queen of Swords, here's our clarifiers. Wow, 5 of Cups again coming out, and 9 of Pentacles. Absolutely. Yeah, Queen of Swords is all about letting go of the mask, being free to be who you are, being extremely honest, right? Honest about who you are, honest about what you want, honest about your communication, not lying or pretending to be somebody else, not holding up a mask or pretending. The Queen of Swords is definitely coming in. This is your big transformation where you're letting it go. Clarity is beginning to come in for you. You're beginning to see yourself for who you really are and demand for people to see you for who you are as well, right? We have 5 of Cups coming in as a reclarifier. Again, a double up. Happens a lot in my readings. Clarifiers almost always double up at least one of the cards. 5 of Cups, yes, there's despair, there's remorse there's mourning. This feels more like a mourning, right? A mourning of relationships lost as a result of you kind of saying, hey, I'm going to do what's good for me and not what you are bullying me into. And so there is definitely a strong feeling of loss here, of mourning that's coming in, like I said. But nevertheless, it is good for you because the 9 of Pentacles comes in. This is someone who realizes that if they, when they work hard and put all their effort into, growing their own garden, oftentimes not everybody can follow them, right? And so it feels to me like here, this is a reaffirmation for you, Virgo, that in order for you To truly fix your financial issues and remain free and happy and in control and have your strengths, you'll be doing a lot of work on your own. Nine of Pentacles reminds you that a lot of the work that is done independently. You do it on your own. You have a greater chance to create and manifest that garden of abundance on your own than you do connected to the people here that have kept you stifled and that have kept you sort of less than you are. Okay? Nine of Pentacles here reminds us that the work that you put into your own garden will be infinitely better than tying yourself into a person, a connection, a marriage, a group of people for the sake of getting your abundance, right? You're better off to say goodbye to anything that stifles you or makes you feel like you're a slave or you're not free to communicate, to be who you are. You know, you're better off to follow your heart and to be honest with who you are and what you want. That's what the Queen of Swords reminds us. And ultimately, that work you put into your own garden will show, and you will be much more abundant and prosperous than if you had been connected to this kind of weight here, right? To something that is very, very unhappy for you and that's keeping you very, very unhappy. All right, guys? So let's get the Oracle cards. Spirit of the Heart and Spirit of Armor. Wow. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Identity, Spirit of the Heart, vibration, soul essence, who you really are, not losing yourself, not losing your identity in someone else, in a tradition, in a religious idea of what you should or shouldn't be, right? Having freedom of identity, that's coming in strong for you. Spirit of Armor, defense, okay? Being guarded, being safe, protecting yourself. And to recap, this is a reading for a Virgo that is tied to either a group or a culture, a religious upbringing, a family structure that is keeping them stifled, that is making them extremely unhappy, where they're unable to be free who they really are, to express their true identity. For some of you, it feels strongly like a marriage or an arranged almost marriage. You are expected to marry a certain type of person, right? That's as close to being an arranged marriage, right? So it's things like that, you know, being forced into a connection with somebody because of everyone else and what they think you should do. And for some of you, in an effort to raise up your financial status, but finding out this month, towards the middle of the month, that that's not what you need. Somebody comes in and really opens up your eyes and sparks your inspiration, reminds you of your passion and your strength, and a huge change begins. You begin to drop that mask, Queen of Swords. You begin to be true to your identity, and a transformation comes in where you say no to this agreement, arrangement, what have you, this particular connection, or you sever ties with this group that have kept you down. There's a sense of loss and remorse towards the end of the month for you, Virgo, also because of this pulling away. But many of you with that Hierophant, it was just too heavy. The obligations or the expectations put on you were unrealistic and they had nothing to do with who you really are. And so you have a huge transformation this month of how you see yourself, how you take control of your life, and the honesty of how you identify yourself and present yourself. And with that comes some abundance for the work that you put in without depending on these ties that make you unhappy. All right, guys, this is it. Thank you so much, Virgo. This is a reading from Bow and Arrow Tarot. My name is Dorothy. This is your December forecast. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you all love, light, and peace, and I hope to see you in your next reading. Bye-bye now.